Hello, I am the Zero Waste Chef. My name's Anne-Marie Bonneau, and today I'm going to show you how to start a sourdough starter from scratch. So I'm just going to get to it. So I've narrowed down making a sourdough starter into 3 steps. First, combine the flour and water. Second, stir daily when you think about it. And third, once you see activity, bubbling, start to feed it. As an optional step, you can name your starter. So someone on Facebook once told me she had a hard time bringing her starter into the world. So I said, give it a name and you'll take better care of it. And apparently that worked. So first, combine the flour and water. So I make a smaller sourdough starter these days. I use 40 grams of flour and 40 grams of water. And I'll explain why I keep it small later. So this shot glass happens to be 40 grams. I've already measured it. So this really speeds things up. I don't have to, get a measuring cup and I look at it and make sure it's all level. I'm pretty laid back about my other ferments, but my sourdough, I really like to be exact. So, okay, so here I have a glass container. Gonna add my 40 grams of water. I spilled a little bit. Here's my 40 grams of flour. I'm gonna add that. I use a combination of white and rye. Ideally, my starter seems to like rye, but I ran out. So I used half whole wheat and half white this time. So I'm gonna stir that up and hopefully you can see it's the consistency of sort of thick pancake batter. And then I'm going to set it aside. I'm going to put a little, I'm going to put a lid on it. I'm going to put a plate, cover it with a plate and set it aside. And then every day when you think about it, stir it. And that will help aerate it and spread the microbes around to encourage their growth. You can also put a little hat on it. This is my ginger bug. So you can put a little cloth on your starter. Okay, so let's pretend a week has gone by and I've been stirring my starter every day. I've been keeping it out on my counter and it's magic. There are some bubbles. So when you see some bubbling, you won't see this much. Well, I don't know if you can see it. Here, this is a lot of bubbling. You won't see that much bubbling at first, just a few bubbles. Once you see some bubbling, start to feed your starter. And this is where I find people start to get confused, but it's actually super easy. Okay, so what you do is you remove most of this, about 80% of it, put it in a jar just for a discarded starter. So this is all discarded starter. I store it in the refrigerator and I use it for making pancakes, waffles, sourdough crackers. Those recipes are all on my blog, zerowastechef.com. There's a recipe index, you can find them in there. So stir the starter down and then take most of it out. If you're using the 40 gram to 40 gram ratio, you'll be left with a scant tablespoon. That might be, that's a little more than a tablespoon. There, about a tablespoon. So now I'm going to add another 40 grams of water and 40 grams of flour. Okay, here's a shot of water. And, oh, didn't measure out my flour ahead of time. Okay, I hate to tell people to buy stuff, but if you're gonna do some serious baking, get a scale. I see them in secondhand stores occasionally. Like I said, I'm a little bit uptight about my starter. After you've fed it a few times, you'll know just by looking at it what the consistency should be. So here, I'm going to put this on my scale and tear it out. Uh-oh, the stuff's sticky. And I'm going to add more flour. Oh darn, I forgot my scoop too. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna add my 40 grams of flour. If you use a combo of white and whole wheat, it's nice to mix it ahead of time, and then you just measure it out. Okay, and then we just stir it up again. Oh. Uh-oh. There it is, once again, kind of like thick pancake batter. And you can see it gets quite a bit runnier. This is runnier. As it ferments, it gets more runny. So then you set that aside. After feeding it for, let's say, 5 days to a week, depending on your kitchen, it'll be bubbly enough to bake with. So you'll know it's ready when it rises and falls in several hours. Mine maybe takes 4 hours to rise. And that's it. It's really easy. So come on, flour and water. Stir daily when you think of it. Once you see bubbling, feed it daily. If you keep it out on your counter, you'll feed it every day, and then you'll accumulate a lot of discard. I use the discard to make pancakes, waffles, really good crackers. The crackers are delicious. If you need a break, put it in the fridge and then just take it out maybe every week or so and feed it. So if you're going on vacation, you don't have to find a hotel, although those exist in Europe, the sourdough hotels. You can check in your sourdough. Someone will take care of it. And I think that's about it. So super easy. Okay, thanks for watching.